Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Craig and this is the Spirit of Vinyl. Happy Friday. Hope you guys all had a great couple of days since the last time I talked to you. Friday night, time for cheers. Drinking this vanilla cream ale from my favorite local brewery, Black Horse Brewery, Clarksville, Tennessee. One of the reasons I buy this is actually this is right across the street from my record store. So walk across the street, pick it up, $10 for a 6-pack. Tastes delicious. It's a great night. Oh, man, that's good. Well, hopefully you guys all had a great week and everything that's been going on. Hopefully everything's good for y'all. I appreciate y'all checking in. All right, so this week I'm just going to kind of talk about what I listened to, some new pickups. Basically, I bought some records last weekend, and I listened to those, and then I was listening to some other stuff, so I thought I would just share what I'd picked up last week and what I've been spinning for the rest of the week, just to kind of let you guys know what I've been in the mood for recently. So one of the first pickups I got, okay, so my record store they posted on Facebook and they had all these records. And I mean, Metallica and Slayer and Megadeth and all this stuff, you know. So I go there to buy stuff. Of course, half of what I saw on the post is gone. All the Slayer's gone, so I don't get to pick up any Slayer. But he had a ton of stuff. He bought a collection from some guy. Apparently somebody in town has a huge collection. He bought a whole bunch of it and is putting it out as fast as he can because he needs to make his money back or whatever. So, and I went back today and picked up more, but I'm not going to show those because I haven't listened to them yet. So last week, I picked this up, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. This is a 2013 repress, originally released in 1975, and this is Aerosmith's third album. There's the back of it. So this is what kind of stuff he bought that collection. I mean, this thing was still in the shrink. Still had all the hype stickers on it. I just cut the hype stickers out. I don't like to leave the shrink on them when I buy them. And I bought this one, I want to say it was, let's see if I still got the sheet. Yeah, it was $22. $22. I'm not a huge Aerosmith fan, but I do love this record. Toys in the Attic, Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way, big 10-inch record, which I love that song. Sweet Emotion, No More, No More, Round and Round, You See Me Crying. Yeah, this is a great record. It's only the second Aerosmith album I have. The other one I have is their greatest hits, the red one. And I haven't even played that one yet. That's in that list of stuff I want to play. It's a big, heavy 180 gram, Columbia Records. Great record. I've listened to it 3 times this week so far. So can't really complain about that. And for $22, not a bad deal at all. So, yeah. So essentially, besides the greatest hits, it's the first time I've ever bought an Aerosmith album in my life. I've never been a huge fan of Aerosmith. I like some songs. I love that record. I had that on cassette back in the day. So, and then the greatest hits, like I said, I have that over there. It's on that list of things that I found in the dumpster that I still haven't played yet. So, that's pretty much it for Aerosmith for me. I mean, if there's Walk or Rocks or something like that, I might pick that up. But like I said, I've never been a huge fan. All right. Next up, album I showed a few days ago when we were doing the spring session. This is Spiritbox Tsunami Sea. There's the back of it. There's your track listing. Very cool stuff. Like I said, I just talked about this a few days ago. This is a great record. There's the nice little hype sticker on that. But I want to show you what this came with here. So let's see, there's your inner sleeve, and it's a colored black, white, and gray vinyl, done very, very well. It sounds excellent. Like I said, this is brand new. This is their freshman album, or is that right? It's their second album. How's that sound? This is Spiritbox's second album. I went to look for the first one on vinyl, and it is way too much money. So I think I'll have to hold on. I may have to go find it on CD or just stream it. But it also came with this book. Look at, and this is just like a lyric sheet and stuff. It's got lyrics and song letters, but I mean, look how much stuff is in, how much book is in here. I mean, it's a lot. It's real heavy, done real well. It's all kind of a flat black and reflective. You can kind of see how that reflects right there. So overall, this is a really killer record. If you're into the newer metalcore type sound, female lead singer, great guitar work, and she can be melodic and she can growl. Courtney LaPlante's her name. She's tremendous. So they're a great band. I really like them. I see a lot for their future. I'm hoping anyway. All right. So like I said, and that album just came out a week ago today. So it came out last Friday. Okay. So next, here's an album that I saw that day. This is also one of those ones that he bought. Metallica Death Magnetic. This is their album from 2008, their 9th studio album. This is a 2014 repress. It's a gatefold double record. It's got cool pictures of the band on the inside. There's your track listing on the back. And when I first heard this record, when this came out in 2008, I thought this album was terrible. I'm like, this album sucks, man. This is no good at all. The Day That Never Comes, they used to joke about that. It was on the radio. It was the song that never ends because it's like 9 minutes long. And I was just like, oh, God, this is just, I mean, it was terrible. But I saw this and it was like $28. And I bought it. And I brought it home and I played it. And I've listened to it since then. I got into an argument with a friend of mine about a year or two ago about Metallica versus Megadeth, you know, the age-old argument. And I told him I would give him a listen, and I would listen to everything, and I streamed every album. And I was like, this Death Magnetic's a better album than I remember. So I saw it there. So first time I've ever seen it in the record store. For $28, I bought it. Double record. It's on blackened. It's got these, you know, the white labels on there. Heavy duty, and I listened to this twice this week, and this is a great record. It's way better than I remember it being. It's actually pretty good. I can do without the Unforgiven 3, honestly, but overall, I got no complaints about it, especially for $28. It's a double record, you know. This would probably go for $40. Normally, if it was brand new, so, and it's like it's never been played, honestly, so. And that day I also went because this album had just came out. Testament, The New Order, just been repressed. This is from 1988 originally. This is a 2025 repress. This is their second album overall. There's your track listing right there. Trial by Fire, Into the Pit. I mean, this is a thrash classic. It really is. It comes with nice little insert with the lyrics on one side, picture of the band hanging out with, that guy from Megaforce Records, whose name escapes me at this moment in time. And it's really cool looking. There's the vinyl right there. Blue-pink splatter. Or blue-pink swirl, or whatever you want to call it. That's a killer record. I knew that had been, you know, I saw actually Trevor showed when they came in the mail for him. Trevor from Flat Rounded Sponge showed this and Practice What You Preach when he got them in the mail from Amazon. So I knew they were out. I went down there. He got that, and he did not get Practice What You Preach. The record store did not get that in on vinyl. He got it in on cassette, and I thought, who the fuck is buying cassettes? So I told him, try to get it. So I wasn't there today. But so Testament, New Order, great record. All right, so that was the new stuff I picked up last week, and I listened to that a lot this week. And then I kind of just went for different things. So Bow Wow Wow, debut album. Let's see here, from 1981. Sea Jungle, Go Join Your Gang, yeah. City All Over, Go Ape Crazy. There's a track. Let's see if I can get that to come in. It's not coming in. Jungle Boy, Chihuahua, Sinner Sinner. I mean, really, Bow Wow Wow's only big hit was I Want Candy. But I do like this band. I have all of their music now. Within the last year, I've picked this all up. RCA Records. I like it. It's, the Ants from Adam and the Ants left after their first 2 albums. And then the manager of the Sex Pistols, whose name escapes me now, I don't know why, he got them and said, hey, you guys go, we'll get you a new singer. And they found this girl right here. And she was like 13 years old when they found her and put her in this band. And like I said, her name's escaping me right now too. So anyway, I think they're great. It's that cool sound. It's that early 80s new wave punky sound or post-punk or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It sounds like Adam and the Ants, that style of music, female lead singer, just cool pop, punky type of, pop music, British pop music. I like it a lot. And I picked up, 3 or 4 more of their records up to a certain point. So, all right, what else did I play? Right here, Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. 1984, this is a European press. This is their 10th album overall. There's the back cover. There's your track listing. Free Will Burnin', Jawbreaker, Rock Hard, Ride Free, The Sentinel, Love Bites, Eat Me Alive, Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, Night Comes Down, Heavy Duty, Defenders of the Faith. This is a killer record. It's there's your inner sleeve. Still got the inner sleeve. I bought this, I don't know, within the last year or two probably. When I found those records in the dumpster, there was a bunch of Priest in there, so I had to kind of fill in the gaps. Before I did this on CBS Records, before I did that, I didn't own any Priest until I found those in there. So I've had to fill in the gaps. Defenders is one of the ones I used to fill in the gaps, and I found a pretty good copy of it. So in fairly decent shape. So yeah, what can be said about this record? This record's iconic. You've got to love it. Priest, Defenders of the Faith. That's another thing I was jamming out to this week. All right, switching gears a little bit here. Second album from 1979, The Police, Regatta de Blanc. Wow, this is pretty good. It's not my favorite Police album. It's got Message in a Bottle, Regatta de Blanc, It's All Right For You, Bring on the Night, Death Wish, Walking on the Moon. That's your 2 hits, Walking on the Moon, Message in a Bottle. Any Other Day. Wow, some of this is really hard to read. Old Man, cursive writing. There you go. There's the rest of it. You can figure it out. Inner sleeve. Just solid blue on one side, blue on the other. A&M Records. Classic A&M logo on there. I really like this record. I like the Police, you get their whole discography. It's only 5 albums. This is not my favorite. A lot of people, Synchronicity is probably their best record, but my favorite is probably Ghost in the Machine. So, but I do like this, and I like every album, but this is more of that reggae stuff where Ghost in the Machine, they kind of change a little bit, get a little bit more experimental, but this is really good stuff. It's the Police. We're going to do Stuart Copeland. I'm sorry. One of the most underrated drummers out there. Stuart Copeland, you watch him play, you watch the old videos, he's got like a 4-piece drum set, it seems like. He's got this little tiny drum set, and he is just killing it, man. I really think Stuart Copeland is one of the most underrated drummers out there. And listening to his music, listening to the Police and how great they are, a lot of it has to do with how good Stuart Copeland is on the drums, honestly. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. You can argue with me if you want, but Stuart Copeland is underrated. Okay, let's see here. Next up, Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, 1985. This is a 2022 repress. This is their third record overall, and by far the worst Motley Crue album of the original Motley Crue. The first 5 albums before all the weird stuff happens and they kind of break up and they're gone for a while. With the original lineup, the beginning, the first 5 records, this is the worst album. Still good. I saved it for last. When I was buying my Crue discography, of course, I stop after, Dr. Feelgood. I don't go past that. Although, if I could find some more, I might. I do have Saints of Los Angeles on CD. If I found some more, I might buy them if they were a decent price. But basically, for me, the Crue is from the beginning up to Dr. Feelgood. Out of those 5 records, this is the worst one. Maybe. At least I used to think so. I saved it for last when I was buying them because it's just Theater of Pain. It's not that good. If you watch the movie, there's a scene there where Vince Neil's like, this album sucks, dude. We did a shitty album. Got lyrics on one side, a picture of the band. This is the beginning of their kind of glam heyday. BMG Music, Elektra. There's your label right there. Like I said, this is a 2022 repress, and they kind of, if you look, they kind of make it look like it was kind of worn out. They did that with all those represses, kind of made them look like they were older than they actually were, like you had it, like beat up records. So, but, really Home Sweet Home and Smoking the Boys' Room's the only hits on here. Keep Your Eye on the Money's a good song. Tonight, We Need a Lover Tonight. I mean, overall, it's just okay. You can tell they were kind of just, especially coming off of Shout at the Devil. Too Fast for Love is this good, raw, punky sound. Shout at the Devil is this dark, metal type thing. And then this comes out, and it was just like, And for me, being a teenager in 1985, when this came out, I was like, wait, what happened compared to Shout at the Devil and Too Fast for Love? And then they came out with Girls, 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 and it's just more of that poppy, metal, 80s hard rock sound, I guess you'd say. And I kind of tuned them out. I mean, it's still a fan. I go see him in concert. I've seen Crue a whole bunch of times. I never stopped listening, but this was always kind of my least favorite of the 5, but it's growing on me as I get older. So, all right, next up, let's go with some punk. Pennywise Full Circle, 1997. This is their 4th album overall, and this is a 2022 reissue. Pennywise, I got into punk in the mid-90s a little bit. Pennywise is one of those bands I really, really dug. I loved this record. Just that 2 or 3 kind of around this that I listened to, but I really like this one a lot. It's just great stuff. It's that poppy punk sound from the mid-90s that they were all doing. It's got a pretty cool insert there. There's all that writing if you can read it. And let's see here. Well, the record looks awesome. I mean, it's done really well. It's on Epitaph Records. They did a really good repress. It sounds awesome. And this is just great, cool stuff. I really dig this. Like I said, I'm not really huge into punk, and when I talk about punk, this is the kind of punk I'm into. This type of stuff like Pennywise and NoFX and The Offspring and Bad Religion and things like that. But this album, I'll put this up there right up against any of that other stuff. Just really, really cool, fast, just cool party type music. It's a good time. It's a good time. All right. Then I kind of ran out of time one night. Didn't have time for a whole record, so I listened to an EP. Had out Lizzie Borden's Give 'Em the Axe, 1984 EP. This is a U.S. press, and this is a first pressing of this record. If you don't know Lizzie Borden, they are one of the most overlooked and underrated bands of the early 80s. Just cool stuff. They kind of has this cool insert with it with some lyrics. Look, they do Long Live Rock and Roll. This is the EP before they put out a full-length album. This is basically Lizzy's first release. It's on Metal Blade Records, silver label. That's what makes it. It says a first press, and I don't know, you're probably not gonna be able to see this, but actually, this is a clear, like translucent dark brown. You have to hold it up to the light and you can see through it. And according to Discogs, it is a first pressing. So I'm going to trust them on that. I paid a lot for this for 4 songs, $25. Give 'Em the Axe, Kiss of Death, No Time to Lose, and Long Live Rock and Roll. Hey, Metal Blade, Brian Slagle's on here. You know, this is just, I mean, this is great stuff. Lizzy's voice is something completely different from that era. Think closer to King Diamond than anything else from the 80s. But because of the look, they kind of got mixed in with all that other 80s hard rock sound, and they're not that at all. This is more of a pure metal. And if you have any, or if you got a chance, give Lizzy Borden a chance. Give them a listen. I think they're great. I found a bunch of those at the record store or at one of those antique malls when I was in town, and I bought all the Lizzy Borden. I couldn't believe it when I walked in. I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen this stuff in forever. I bought it. Now they're repressing it all, so you can buy those brand new presses. I bought them and spent way too much money on them, but they were all in good shape, so I can't really complain. I've got OG presses of all the Lizzy Borden albums, and I paid a premium price for them, and now they've been re-releasing their stuff. Speaking of paying a price, Wasp, Animal Fuck Like a Beast. I want to say I gave $25 for 2 songs on this. It's got Animal Fuck Like a Beast on one side, and the B-side is Show No Mercy. Actually, when I bought this record, it's been a little over 2 years ago. I went and saw Wasp and Armored Saint down in Nashville, and the next day I go to the record store, and this is there. And I was like, are you kidding me? I have to buy this now. I just saw them yesterday. Yeah, it's a 33. It's a 12-inch single, obviously. There's your labels right there. You had to have it. My friend used to have this on like a 7-inch picture disc that was like shaped like a saw blade with Blackie's crotch, and it had like side on it and we used to play the hell out of that back when we were teenagers. So when I saw it, I had to buy it. I couldn't pass it up. It's the only place you're going to find the song Animals, so. And then also that same night, I played this. This is Wasp, Scream Until You Like It, picture disc. This is from the movie Ghoulies 2. Scream Until You Like It is the theme from Ghoulies 2. There's the second one. I've only had this for a few months. I saw it in the record store. I know I've already shown it once. It was cool. And Scream Until You Like It's okay. And it's got Shoot From the Hip. And then it's got Sleeping in the Fire acoustic version, which actually sounds awesome. It really does. That acoustic version of Sleeping in the Fire is an excellent version. With this picture disc, because it is from 1987, you kind of get that weird humming noise underneath that you get with the picture disc. Oh, by the way, my Wasp Animals from 85, originally released in 84. The picture disc here is a UK pressing. But yeah, you kind of get that little hum. I don't think you really get that as much in picture disc now as you did back then. So it's kind of got that little bit of hum background noise in it. But it's cool looking. It was $15. It was well worth the price. So that's what I listened to this week. Today I picked up, you guys will see that probably next week. Anyway, I picked up, some Megadeth, and got my first Michael Schenker Group album, which is, all right, hang on. I'm just going to show them to you. I haven't played these yet. I picked this up today, and I picked this up today. I haven't played either one of them yet, so I have no idea. I saw that, and then when I walked up there, I'm like, he's like, oh, Megadeth. I got a whole bunch more in. This is from that same guy that he bought that collection from. So I've got like 4 more set aside because I didn't have the money today. She's keeping them behind the counter for me. I'll go pick them up at my leisure. And then I saw this. Look at the price I paid for that. $8. I don't know if I got ripped off or not. I know you guys out there are talking about Michael Shaker. I hear you guys talking about him all the time. So I thought I would pick it up. Figure it can't go wrong for $8. I'll let you know, and we'll see what it sounds like. All right, well, that's pretty much all I did this week. Work, listen to music. Now I'm going to drink some beer, and hopefully, since I live here in the South, they're talking about major storms coming, maybe tornadoes and high winds. Hopefully my house doesn't blow down. So wish me luck to get through the next 24 hours, apparently. Of course, that's what they're saying. We all know how the weathermen are. Whatever. I'll take it as it comes. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Cheers. Have a safe weekend, and I'll talk to you guys all later.